Okay, welcome back, my little lambs. The channel's been on a bit of a hiatus for about a month and a half with our long-form videos. We've just been doing mostly shorts, but now we're going to try and jump back into MechWarrior 5 clans. There's been a couple of updates that came out, and one of the things is called New Game Plus. It came out about a little over a month ago, and then they just did an update to it. Before, if you started New Game Plus, you weren't going to be earning any more merit, so that made it impossible to unlock mechs and other things that you didn't unlock the first time. They finally just released an update which allows you to get merits from playing levels. So we're starting New Game Plus here, and since we already know what's going on, you can see we're just skipping through the intros and everything. It's bringing us all the way back, it's a complete new game starting over. So we're starting over from the tutorial. So we really don't need to go through all this, so we're going to cut out from this. We are going to go to the final battle at the end and see how well we do. Because one of the things that we did when we selected New Game Plus is we also upgraded our difficulty. Before we were playing on normal difficulty, now we're playing on expert. And part of the reason we did that is with New Game Plus, you keep all of the mechs and things that you've unlocked before, and most of your affinities and everything also get kept. Everything you unlocked for your main character, Jaden, he's still completely got. But some of the other characters of your squad, they had to get reset and everything, but you'll be able to build them out pretty darn quick. So let's go ahead and get to the final battle and see how well we did there, and then we're going to start doing the first Santander mission, and we're going to have some fun because we're going to be doing it with all Timberwolves.
Grounds. As Star Commander.
Okay, so now we're getting ready to do our trial position of battle. One of the reasons why I had to take a bit of a pause, for those of you that may be wondering, is the game I'd been playing, the file that I had set up, I don't know if it's been corrupted or something, but for some reason I can just not get past one of the second to last levels of that game. The fact that I'm doing a New Game Plus, you can tell that on my main file for myself that I was playing, I've beaten the game. That's the only way you can unlock New Game Plus. I beat the game back in May. And then, like, the first or second week of June was when they did one of the updates, which gave New Game Plus. And I don't know if there was a difficulty change or something, but from that point on, I could no longer just get past this one level. And I'm trying. Hopefully I'll be able to do it. It's another one of those levels that, in my opinion, is really badly unbalanced. There's not enough repair bays in it. They're too far between, and there's just too many enemy mechs at certain areas. If you can't get to repair bays without losing a certain amount of armor or losing any weapons, there's no way you're going to get past the level, because it just gets worse and worse and worse as you make it into this level. The final battle has you facing off like 6 waves of enemy advanced assault mechs. And, if you've lost more than, 30% of your armor and any of your weapons, you just do not make it through that battle. You're going to be losing mechs and having to swap out as you get shot down, taking over one of your teammates' mechs. And, the first time I finally did beat it, everybody else's mechs went down. I had to keep swapping and changing from mech to mech to mech, and just barely made it through. The actual final last mission of the game was actually a little bit easier. There were still lots of enemy mechs in it, but you were able to make it through, and everything seemed to be spaced out quite well. But we're going through this little battle here, and then we're going to get into the first Santander mission.
one more. Need to back off and play this smart. No telling what will be next. Saw a good spot to set up. Need to get there quick. Here it comes. One more kill. Seems to be a ground pounder. I should leverage my jump jets and this dense terrain. My mech is better at hit and fade engagements.
Jump jet fuel low.
Last one. Could I?
I wish you could actually have a chance at trying to beat the third mech here. This is all pretty much scripted. The mech comes out and just blows you to pieces, and that's it. I think it would have been neat if they would have gone ahead and made it to where you have a chance of taking this mech out, and if you could possibly do it, it would give you like a better bonus to your starting affinity or something, a bunch of extra points to unlock some things really good, or unlock, maybe a special version of the mech that you use in this fight for you to use in the game. I think that really would have been a great opportunity for them. But, oh well. It's still pretty fun. We did good with the battle against the 2, so let's go ahead and get past this, and let's get into that first Santander mission. For some reason, after big updates, it seems like it clears out the memory cache, and it takes a little bit of time for it to start loading everything up properly. If we're going to go ahead and hop into the science lab here, we've got a lot more research that we can do. We didn't finish everything the first time around. So that's one of the fun things about New Game Plus, is it's going to give us a chance to come in here and start researching more things and, upgrading our mechs even more, which is definitely going to be something we need to focus on since we've upgraded the difficulty from normal to expert. So we're just going to go through here and see what sort of things that we can get done fairly easy. I think that's about it. So it's time to start playing missions again and getting ourselves components and stuff. We're going to go to the mech bay here, and we're going to sit and set everybody to a Timberwolf. This is definitely going to be overkill, so to speak, for the first Santander mission, but it's also, at least to me, going to be pretty fun. And real quick, we're going to see that Jaden has everything he did. Liam, he's been partially reset, but you can see that we've got XP, and we can start unlocking some of these things and get him set up to where we can start choosing things again. Urza, he's still fairly good because he made it pretty far with us in the game. So basically you notice that, you know, everybody has their affinities and skills that you unlocked up to the moment in the game storyline where they kind of disappeared. Naomi, she's pretty fully decked out and pretty much everything. We just got one more thing to do for her, and now she's full. Mia is one of the ones that got a hard reset, and I think that's possibly because depending on how you choose things, when you get to that part in the story, Mia has a chance of becoming your enemy. So I think they sat there and made it to where she had to get reset. So you can see we're getting back in. This is New Game Plus, so it didn't give us the whole log thing of listening to everybody talking. So we're just getting right in here. We're going to be skipping, and we're going to sit there and see just how silly we can play with 5 Timberwolves.
We have touchdown.
Acknowledged, Cobalt 1. Approach the marked coordinates and report any hostile activity.
AF. So quiet. Is anyone getting readings? Not yet. What do you think? We have no idea what these spheroids are capable of. Be prepared for anything. What the hell is that? Jaguar Actual, we have visual of the AO. No contacts, but 3 dropships at Nav Point Alpha. Union class.
Are they active?
Neg. No fusion reactor activity.
Move in and investigate, but proceed with caution. Hostiles may be using the ships as cover.
Okay, so this first part, is pretty simple, especially if you saw the, first video I did of this. All we got to do is go up there and scan and, do all that. So we're just going to go ahead and skip past all this and get to where we actually start getting into some battles.
Austin, set up a perimeter. Watch for hostiles.
Incoming missile.
AF. Hostile spotted. Engaging. Got one.
As you can see, Timberwolves make this first battle against these enemy tanks pretty darn easy. And so we just blew past them. So now we're going to get to the next part of this mission where we investigate this little enemy base and see how quickly we can rampage through it and then get on for the rest of the stuff. So let's have some fun.
Hull's breached. We are inside. The interiors have been stripped completely. Even the reactor cores are gone. Keep us appraised, Star Commander.
Jaguar Actual, we have visual on some kind of outpost. Mech and armor sentries present.
Destroyed.
Moving out, Star Commander.
Target.
We have a target down.
Weapons online. Scan mode engaged.
One enemy mech down.
Scan salvage. Marked replica. Scan code disengaged. New target. Target destroyed. Scan mode engaged. Scan salvage. Marked replica. Scan code disengaged.
On your target.
Hostiles.
Well, we pretty much kicked the armor up their vent exhaust ports. And so now we just got to do the final scan in this area and then meet back up with everybody at the dropships. And of course, if you've watched, you know how that goes. But still, so far, this is pretty fun. Just, barging our way through everything.
I am growing impatient with this Pirate King. Cobalt Star, regroup at our mystery dropships.
AF. Moving out.
We found something.
Attacks approaching. So sorry to keep you waiting. I was finishing my dinner. Hope you don't mind this little barbecue I had set up. Just for you.
Freeborn scum!
Destroyed.
Cobalt Star, get in there and assist! Save who you can!
Nice one, Star Commander.
Enemy neutralized.
No smoke without fire. Hey, Jaguars.
New hostile detected.
Fire commencing.
Jenner. Target destroyed. New
Mech down.
target destroyed. New hostile detected.
Focusing on your target, Star Commander.
Not so tough without their cheap tricks.
So as you can see on New Game Plus, the first Santander level is pretty darn easy if you're using heavy mechs and above. We're barely taking any damage. We're only down to 95% armor. Everybody else is either at 98 or 100%. We're just blowing through this pretty easy, so we're going to go ahead and skip to the end of the mission and sit there and now that we can get merits, we're going to have some fun. One thing I was also able to do over a month ago is during the Steam Summer Sale, I was able to pick up the Ghost Bears of DLC. So now I've got full access to all the Ghost Bear mechs and that storyline. So that means, one, coming up pretty soon, we're going to start having some Ghost Bear videos for the Ghost Bear campaign. But we're going to be able to unlock a bunch of Jenners. And I think for the next Santander mission, we're going to have fun doing an all-Jenner squad. Okay, so as you can see, we're doing pretty good. We're still getting Mech XP. We got honor, but the important thing is merits. The first time I played of New Game Plus, when it became available, you didn't get any merits at all. And I went through the entire Santander campaign and didn't get any more merits. And so I couldn't unlock any of the final mechs that I had access to before I got the Ghost Bears DLC. So a lot of people were really kind of upset and voicing their opinion about that. So luckily, the game devs really quickly got on that. This newest update that just came out just about a week ago, we're getting merits again. So that means after we go through all the salvaging, now we're going to go ahead and go up here to facilities. We're going to go to marketplace. You can see I've got 430 merits available. I had some, left over from the previous game, but there wasn't really anything I could unlock. So right now, one fun thing we're going to do is we're probably going to get a Kodiak. And that's the Ghost Bear's ultimate of Assault Mech. We're going to get the Fire Moth. And now we're going to start getting all the different Jenners. And I think for the next Santander mission, that's where we're going to have some fun. We're going to give everybody a Jenner. And you notice there's so many variants of the Jenner here. And the Jenner is a classic mech from the entire MechWarrior and Battletech series. You can see that there's a lot of other mechs we're going to be able to start unlocking. Thanks to the Ghost Bear. But we're going to go to the Mech Bay. You can see we've got all of these new things right here. I can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Jenners. So, yep. I think the next video is definitely going to be fun, and hopefully I can get that other mission done and finally finish out the storyline for the main campaign, but this is where we're going to go ahead and end it. So thank you so much for watching, my little lambs. I'm sorry that I've been away for so long. I hope I didn't lose or upset any of you, but hope to see you again next time in the Digital Wonderlands. We're going to be trying to get back into our weekly videos and keeping up with long form and short, so tune in next time.